What it do? Welcome back to Rod Reacts. So look, today we're gonna be reacting to 1090 Jake, my bad man. 1090 Jake gonna review his whole little thing, anything regarding Gunna, and then also I really want to get down and get talking about the whole snitching culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is snitching? Is it worth it? The whole nine. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. You dig?
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on the YSL case. Gunna being released from jail on special conditions, including testifying if asked to. December 14th, 2022, major news broke in the YSL Rico case as none other than Atlanta rapper Sergio Kitchens, aka Gunna, was released from custody. After repeatedly being denied bond and expected to remain in jail until trial in 2023, Gunna has officially pled guilty to one count of violating Georgia's Rico Act. The charge itself carries up to 20 years in Georgia's state prison system, but Gunna has seemingly done the impossible. As he walked out of jail greeted by family and friends, court documents would emerge online detailing Gunna's punishment in Atlanta's most infamous rap indictment. A negotiated Alford plea would mean under Georgia law, Gunna was pleading guilty while maintaining his innocence. In other words, Gunna hasn't admitted to anything, but according to the plea, finds it in his best interest to accept a guilty finding. As a result, Gunna was sentenced to 5 years, with the 1 year he spent in jail counting as time served. The remaining 4 years, which would normally be served in prison, has surprisingly been suspended with special conditions. Gunna has a...
What's the special conditions? How you just get 4 years just wiped off? We okay?
Agreed that if he is called on by any party within the case, he will testify truthfully and reserve his right to assert his Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination. This means Gunna will have to testify if asked to, but he may plead the Fifth to avoid incriminating himself. Gunna also agrees to perform 500 hours of community service with the completion
500 hours a long ass time. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy.
Of at least 350 hours. A substantial portion will require Gunna speaks to young men and women about the hazards and immorality of gangs and gang violence and the decay that it causes in the community. The final special conditions are Gunna shall not possess guns or commit any criminal acts. It has been agreed by the courts upon completion of his community service, the remainder of Gunna's 4-year sentence will be terminated by the courts, meaning once Gunna's done preaching to the youth, he's free to go.
Hold up. So you telling me 4 years, 365 days times 4, so what's that? That's about like, what? That's about like 1,200 days, 1,200, let's just say 1,400 days. That's going to be wiped away by you talking to kids. Come on, something ain't right.
But if he doesn't abide by these special conditions, including testifying if asked to, Gunna will be sent to prison to serve the remainder of his sentence. Now, these conditions resemble T.I.'s infamous federal case in which he was found in possession of weapons and silencers, but barely received any prison time, leading to speculation of him snitching. T.I. promoting Crime Stoppers was part of his community service and only worsened the rumors, and recently T.I. came out admitting to placing blame on his dead cousin to beat a separate weapons case before his federal case. It just so happens Gunna's lawyer, Steve Sato, is the same lawyer who represented T.I. in his federal case. With immediate rumors of snitching following Gunna's release, Gunna issued a statement to the press. When I became affiliated with YSL in 2016, I did not consider it a gang, more like a group of people from Metro Atlanta who had common interests and artistic aspirations. My focus of YSL was entertainment, rap artists who wrote and performed music that exaggerated and glorified urban life in the black community. While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against
Am I going to get a job with SB Academy?
Yes, you will if you graduate the
against any party in the case and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way. I have chosen to end my own Rico case with an Alford plea and end my personal ordeal by publicly acknowledging my association with YSL. An Alford plea in my case is the entry of a guilty plea to the one charge against me, which is in my best interest, while at the same time maintaining my innocence towards the same charge. I love and cherish my association with YSL music and always will. I look at this as an opportunity to give back to my community and educate young men and women that gangs and violence only leads to destruction. Now, the only contradiction to Gunna's press statement is him not agreeing to testify. It clearly states in Gunna's special conditions for release that if he is called by any party in this case, he will testify truthfully. While that doesn't mean he will be called, it leaves the possibility, but at the same time, that doesn't mean Gunna is a snitch or will have to snitch. If Gunna is called to testify and refuses, he faces the remainder of his 4-year sentence in prison, which means Gunna will have to do time, but he'll do it with dignity, knowing nothing he did affected anyone else. Otherwise, it seems the only person he'd be called to testify on is Young Thug himself.
Obvious.
Aside from being mentioned in music videos, Gunna's only involvement within the YSL indictment stems from 2 incidents. In 2017, Gunna and Thug were found in possession of a stolen gun and drugs after a traffic stop, and in 2018 they received a speeding ticket while the car behind them had 4 individuals inside armed with multiple weapons, including an AK-47. A video sent to me by Seti Nash would show a courtroom as someone in the stands recorded Gunna answering the prosecutor's questions and admitting to entirely too much. Not only did Gunna confirm YSL is a gang, he confirmed he has personal knowledge of members of YSL having committed crimes in furtherance of the gang, which in itself is grounds for a Rico indictment.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just saying. All right.
Gunna admitted when drugs and a gun were found after him and Young Thug were pulled over that the items didn't belong to him.
Hey, I'm just saying, we about to wrap this up in a sec.
Leaving only Young Thug as the person they belong to.
Come on now.
Lastly, Gunna admitted to making a statement where he regrets making music that indirectly furthered the YSL gang and that YSL must end.
Okay. All right, let me talk my smack now. It's time. Okay. It's time. So the question is, and like I said, I'm a few days late on this. My apologies. I'm going to get better with this. Is Gunna a snitch? Yes. Did he say any names? No. Now, let's talk about just the whole snitch thing, the whole snitch allegation, the snitch culture, the whole 9, right? So, growing up, I was always told, if you cooperate with the police in any fashion that results in anybody else getting in any type of harm, trouble, time, anything incriminating to them, you snitching. Now, you can tell on yourself all damn day. You know what I'm saying? You saying something about yourself. I mean, that's the whole purpose of that's the whole purpose of having a lawyer plead the fifth. I ain't saying nothing about myself. But if you say something about somebody else, you're snitching. So, in this case, Young Thug is fighting, saying his whole case is, bro, this is not a gang. We are not doing anything illegal, and we're not doing anything in furtherance of the game, in furtherance of YSL being a game. Sergio, aka Gunna, just said, yeah, this is a game. So that in itself is contradicting everything Young Thug is fighting for. Him getting caught up in a car with drugs, guns, and all that, and he's saying, well, look, I was in the car, but it wasn't mine. Now, if it was two other people in the car, and he says, look, it's not mine. All right, well, it kind of fall on these other two, and then it's a wishy-washy thing. But if it's not yours and there's only one other person in the car, fam, you told on him. You know, you told on him. And check it, right? Snitching is a part of the game. Snitching has been a thing. First off, the system is built for you to snitch. You know what I'm saying? That's how some of the biggest families that went down, from BMF, the Mob, John Gotti, all them. What's to do with Blue Magic? Frank Lucas. I mean, snitching is a part of the game. So for people to be so flabbergasted or so shocked or amazed that somebody is snitching, it's really not that. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, because, bro, that is a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad. It's sad. And snitching, the streets is a myth, especially when it comes to snitching. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say the streets is a myth, because the streets is very much real, but snitching, and the definition of snitching, is a myth, because everybody got their own perspective. It's not a solid definition of that. Some people have said, and I went to the barbershop today. I know y'all see fresh and crispy. Yeah, I went to the barbershop today. One dude was arguing everybody down, said he didn't say no name. So if he didn't say a name, he ain't snitching. He didn't say a name, it ain't snitching. And it's just like, bro, he don't have to say a name if he's implementing or implying that somebody else did something. So a name is not needed if you pointing your elbow at somebody, said, check this guy out. Not check Jeffrey Williams, check this guy. Fam, it's the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? So by people having their own definition, it's not a definite thing. It's like, it's always wiggle room. It's always wiggle room. I was just watching something today about Grove Hero, and I think I might do a video about that. Grove Hero was a Paper Route Empire artist or member, and Young Dolph. You know what I'm saying? I'm the biggest Young Dolph fan. I am not gonna lie. I'm banging this music right before I was banging this music right before I did this video, and even him, and I'm under the impression that he a street dude since he was up under Young Dolph, and that's all Young Dolph ever talked about. Oh boy, Grove Hero was just saying that he wants Yo Gotti brother put in jail. You know? And check it, right? A lot of people consider that snitching. I'm pretty sure people in Young Dolph camp does not consider that snitching. So it's so much wiggle room with the snitch allegations. Your best bet is to A, stay out the streets, and B, if you do anything, do it by your damn self, fam, because ain't nobody gonna tell on you other than yourself. With that being said, look, man, if y'all like this, man, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all comment, man. Hey, we coming back. We coming harder. Hey, I told y'all we coming crazy, baby. 2022, 2023. Hey, we pumping this content out, baby. So, hey, all that, stay safe and blessed, my peoples.